Welcome to part 102 of Ready or Not, Here I Come. This is January the 1st, 2025 by man's calendar. And now here Peter has ran to the sepulchre, and he found the grave cloth, the grave linens laying there. This is Luke 24, starting at verse 13. And behold, two of them went that same day to a village called Emmaus, which was from Jerusalem about 60 furlongs, which is 60. And they talked together of all these things which had happened. And it came to pass that while they communed together and reasoned, Jesus himself drew near and went with them. But their eyes were held, that means veiled, that they should not know him. Now, I want you to think about that for a moment, would you? Their eyes were veiled that they should not know him. So Jesus could be walking right beside you today. These were men that knew him, that had walked with him, that had talked with him, that had studied with him, and they knew him not. They didn't know him. They had beheld him many days. Yet here he was right with them, and they did not know. They did not even recognize him because their eyes were veiled. Now, if the Lord did that then, what is to stop him from still doing it to this day? And walking right alongside you, and you not even know it. But their eyes were held that they should not know him. And he said to them, what manner of communications are these that you have one to another as you walk and are sad? And one of them, whose name was Cleophas, answering said to him, are you only a stranger in Jerusalem, and have not known the things which are come to pass there in these days? And he said to them, what things? And they said to him concerning Jesus of Nazareth, which was a prophet, mighty indeed, and word before God and all the people, and how the chief priests and other rulers delivered him to be condemned to death, and have crucified him. But we trusted that it had been he which should have redeemed Israel. And beside all this, today is the third day since these things were done. Yea, and certain women also of our company made us astonished, which were early at the sepulchre. And when they found not his body, they came saying that they had also seen a vision of angels, which said he was alive. And certain of them which were with us went to the sepulchre, and found it even so, as the women had said, but him they saw not. Then he said to them, O fools, and slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Ought not Christ to have suffered these things, and to enter into his glory? That's a question he was asking them. Should not Christ have suffered these things, and to get to enter into his glory? In other words, should he not have died to receive his own glory? And beginning at Moses and all the prophets, he expounded to them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself. And they drew near to the village where they went, and he made as though he would have gone farther. But they constrained him, saying, Abide with us, for it is toward evening, and the day is far spent. And he went in to tarry with them. And it came to pass, as he sat at meat with them, he took bread and blessed it, and broke and gave to them. And their eyes were open, and they knew him. And he vanished. He vanished out of their sight. And they said one to another, Did not our hearts burn within us while he talked with us by the way, and while he opened to us the scriptures? Does not your heart burn within you as he opens to you the scriptures? No, because you know him not. And they rose up the same hour and returned to Jerusalem, and found the 11 gathered together, and them that were with them, saying, The Lord is risen indeed, and has appeared to Simon. And they told what things were done in the way, and how he was known of them in breaking of bread. And as they thus spoke, Jesus himself stood in the midst of them, saying to them, Peace be to you. If he could do this then, he could do this now. Because he's the same God he always was. He has not changed. But you do not believe. You have forsaken believing in him and look to man's knowledge for all things. You no longer need the Lord for your healings, for you seek man for them. You have tossed him out with the thoughts, why do we need a God who is so far away when we have all these sciences here with us now? You have made science and evolution and such things your God. Verse 37. But they were terrified and frightened and supposed that they had seen a spirit. And he said to them, why are you troubled? And why do thoughts arise in your hearts? Behold my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Handle me and see, for a spirit has not flesh and bones, as you see me have. He still had flesh and bones. Even after he rose from the dead. And yet you say these temples are not going to get up. We're going to have a new body. You think as soon as they come out that grave, they're going to have a new body. No. It has to be done correctly. And if when you went down in that ground, you were in sin, and that's what laid you there, then you will not be rising with the dead in Christ. And when he had when he had thus spoken, he showed them his hands and his feet. And while they yet believed not for joy and wondered, he said to them, have you here any meat? And they gave him a piece of broiled fish and of honeycomb. And he took it and did eat before them. I'll see you in the next part.